and today I'm very excited to work with you on a special DIY project. It's a do-it-yourself ghost hands. So what is a ghost hand? Well, this is an example of a ghost hand, and they are super easy to make, so I really hope you enjoy making one there at your place. All it takes are the following: scissors, just some regular clear packing tape, and for an added effect at the end, a tea light. And that's all you need. Let's go ahead and get started. So one thing you may want to do to prepare for this project is to go ahead and cut off about 2-inch strips of your packing tape. Now I've already done that here. You just can't see it there at home, and I've put it along the edge of my table. It just makes it go a little bit quicker. Another thing you can do is strip your packing tape in half to about 3/4 of an inch, just to have some smaller ones. I did about 10 of those, and that'll help too. So the last thing to prepare for your ghost hand is decide which hand you want to do. Now I'm going to do my left hand because I'm right-handed. So you want to go ahead and take off your jewelry of that hand just so it doesn't get in the way when you make your mold. And all you want to do, we're going to start with our fingers of our hand, and then we will do the palm. So to start, let's go ahead, we're going to take one 2-inch long, maybe that's about 3-inch long piece of tape, and I am going to put it sticky side out. And if we zoom in on that, you can see that for that pinky, I am just doing sticky side out. So there's sticky side out. Now I'm going to take one of my smaller pieces here. Sticky side out. I'm going to make that tight around that area. Just like that. Push that down. Just like that. So I have that one sticky side out. Now, the nice thing about fingers is real easy. I could pull this off if I wanted to, but I'm going to keep that on there, sticky side out. I'm going to show you how I do this one finger. Now what I want to do is sticky side down. I want to have the sticky side hitting the tape that's already on there. So sticky side down this time, and it'll definitely stick real easy. Pushing that and kind of getting that nice and tight around there. I'm going to use one of my little strips to do the same thing. Right there. Push that around. And I'm going to try and curve this and kind of push this all down nice and tight around there. Even kind of make that pointy there and cap it just like that. So what I did was sticky side up the first time, sticky side down the second, and then I can pop this off, and there is my pinky. There's one down. I need to make 5 of these. All right, so I went ahead and did all my 5 fingers here, and I laid them out in order. It's important to lay them out in order to remember where each finger is, just in case you get confused later. So don't pile them up, lay them out in order. Now the next step is to do the palm of your hand, and that's going to take a little bit of work, and it's going to take longer than 2-inch strips or 3-inch strips. So go ahead and tear off a lot larger pieces. I would say I'm going to say about a foot long. And go ahead and put that in preparation for this next wrapping of the palm. And now I'm going to go ahead and wrap the palm. Remember, sticky side out. It's going to feel a little funny as you're doing your palm because it's going to be slightly tight in there. You don't want to make it too tight, and you may want to ask brothers or sisters or parents to help because this can be a little bit tricky to remove also, even though it is sticky side out. I'm going to go ahead and wrap around the edge of my thumb, and I'm going to continue it down to my wrist. And I want to make sure I get my wrist because that's what's going to allow it to stand up and offer that nice tea light effect. So I'm wrapping it sticky side up. You definitely do not want to wrap that sticky side down, or that'll really hurt to get that off. So let's do one more little piece right about here. All right. Now the next step is to put down tape sticky side down on top of this tape only. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and get this tape down. Remember, sticky side down, even with what you put down already. Okay, I'm going to try and feel for any stickiness going on. It feels pretty good. I'm going to go ahead and put another piece right here just to be safe. Make sure we get all that down. And I want one more right here. Okay, so here is our palm. I want to go ahead and add just one more nice even edge right here because I want my hand to stand upright. So that's going to take sticky side out, and I'm going to make it just go nice around here, but I am not going to do it too tight. You do not want to make this too tight because you have to be able to make some cuts. So I'm going to make this pretty loose. Like this. And then I'm going to do one sticky side down, and again, have to be pretty loose with this. And I can trim this up at the end to make it nice and even. But as long as I have it there, at least that'll be a material. It's a little bit more difficult to add when you don't have it. Okay, so there's my palm. You can even kind of squeeze it. Ooh, it's on there. And then we have to add these fingertips. But we want to cut this area off. It's almost loose enough I can slide it off, but not quite. So I do need to make a couple of little cuts here. And here is where you're going to want a little bit of help. Now, I have a big gap here, so I'm going to kind of punch my hands together to allow for an easy cut. Now, here is the big warning. You definitely want your parents to help you with this part because it does take a nice little sliver right here, a nice little cut, and I'm just making sure that the scissors are just running on the outside of my hand. I just need to be very careful when I'm making these cuts. And once you got it cut like that, it just comes right off like this. And then it's already kind of a nice hard case, so then I put it right back together like so, and I go ahead and tape that together. And it just takes one little piece of tape is all it really takes just to get that connected. Like this. I'll just tuck that one underneath there. Okay, so now that that's connected, it is a matter of putting everything together. Now everything's going to be in reverse. My thumb will be over here, just like this. I should kind of just plop that on, see how that goes. And it looks like it goes just like this. So I'll go ahead and attach that. Now to attach it, you may want to cut your pieces of tape, just like I was mentioning before. Just go ahead and cut them in half. And that gives you about a 3/4 inch piece. And that's kind of nice, a nice thin piece there to attach it. I think that gives a nice look. So I'm going to go ahead and just attach my thumb here. So there's my thumb. And then it would be go in reverse. It'd be this finger here, just like this. I'm going to go ahead and attach that one. Try and get it right there at the end. Attach that one just like this. You can almost see the bend in the fingertips. I'm going to kind of try and make that bend look about right and make it somewhat accurate to how my hand is here. The next one has a little bit more of a bend, like that. You can even kind of play around with that. See, make sure you want it just the way you do. That one can be up a little higher. And then the last one, and I'm just going to put a big piece of tape around those. Keep all those together. Let me get a piece of tape around that. So I'm going to kind of spread these out a little bit and make them look a little bit more believable. You guys can kind of play around with that almost. You probably want to make sure the length of the fingers are right. So it's kind of crunched in here just a little bit. Kind of like that. And so what we want is now we have a ghost hand. Now you can clean up the bottom edge just by taking your scissors and going around the edge here, just to make it a nice stand-up kind of feature. Like that. That should allow it to stand up pretty nicely. And that gives you just enough room for our tea light. So I'm going to put that tea light on like this. We're going to put that tea light underneath our ghost hand like so. And then we're going to dim the light and let's see how that hand looks. And so that gives us a mysterious, creepy ghost hand. I'm going to bend these fingers just a little bit more to make it look more believable. Just like that. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed today's ghost hand, and I look forward to seeing what you guys come up with at home. You guys take care and have a wonderful, spooktacular fall season. Thanks, guys.